Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss another important concept in evidence, the concept of admissibility of evidence. Before going further, let us take this hypothetical case. One Saturday afternoon, while you were having your siesta and while you were watching your favorite noontime show, okay, some men in police uniform, okay, barge into your house. They rammed the door and forcibly entered your house. And when they were able to enter your house, they tied you. They tied your hands, your feet, okay, on a chair, and they began searching every room inside your house. And eventually, they were able to find or recover illegal drugs, for example, shabu, inside your room. At the time they conducted the search, no, the police officers were not armed with a search warrant. Now, the question is, are the illegal drugs taken admissible in evidence? For us to correctly answer this question, we have to understand, okay, we have to fully understand the concept of admissibility of evidence, which we are to discuss today. Now, under Section 3, Rule 128 of the Rules of Court, okay, uh, admissibility of evidence is being stated as evidence is admissible when it is relevant to the issue and not excluded by the Constitution, the law, or these rules. Now, the inclusion of the word Constitution is one of the amendments, okay, to the 2019 amended rules or revised rules on evidence. Okay? Now, this provision under Section 3, Rule 128 of the Rules of Court relates to Wigmore's two axioms of admissibility. So, according to Wigmore, for an evidence to be admissible, okay, we consider the axiom of relevance and the axiom of competence. Now, what is the axiom of relevance? Okay, the axiom of relevance states that none but facts having rational probative value are admissible. Okay, I repeat, the axiom of relevance states that none but facts having rational probative value are admissible. Now, in a separate discussion, we will be extensively discussing the concept of relevant evidence. But for now, it is enough that it is enough to note that relevance or the axiom of relevance states that none but facts having rational probative value are admissible. So that is relevance. Now, the axiom of competence states that all facts having rational probative value are admissible unless some specific rule forbids them. Now, if we reword this, okay, the axiom of competence states that all facts having rational probative value, meaning all relevant facts, are admissible when they are not excluded by the law, the rules, or the Constitution. Which now brings us to my personal formula for admissibility, and I call this as the ARC formula or the ARC equation. ARC stands for A A equals R plus C. Okay? A equals R plus C. Now, what is A? A stands for admissibility. So, admissibility equals relevance plus competence. Okay? Now, uh, since admissibility equals relevance plus competence, can we say that a relevant evidence which is not competent or which is excluded by the Constitution, by the law, or by the rules admissible? The answer is no. Okay? Can we say that a competent evidence but one that is irrelevant admissible? The answer is no. Now, what am I trying to say here? Now, in order for an evidence to be admissible, it must be both relevant and competent. Okay, it must be both relevant and competent. Now, we have an illustration. In a prosecution for homicide, for example, the witness swears that the accused killed the victim because his ever truthful boyhood friend told him so. Okay, is the testimony of the witness admissible in evidence? Now, the answer is okay. Before we are going to answer that question, we have to determine whether the evidence, which is the testimony of the witness, okay, is relevant and competent. Now, as to the issue on relevancy, it we can say that the witness testimony is relevant. Now, as to the issue on competency or as to the requirement of competency, can we say that the testimony of the witness is competent, or in other words, is the testimony of the witness not excluded by the Constitution, by the rules, or by the law? In that particular instance, can we consider the testimony of the witness, okay,